Bienvenidos a Screw City Podcast. Tenemos un programa más fino para ti por esta semana. Yo soy Max y aquí con mis amigos.
Did we?
Hold on, I'll fix this.
Someone forgot to change his language.
All right, we should be good.
Thanks, asshole. I don't speak that much Spanish.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened.
Wait, didn't we just update you yesterday?
Yeah, not
Oh,
very
that's
well.
probably
anyway.
there's probably some
Yeah, the
bug
settings
got
got
switching back
reset.
over.
One of the bugs with AI is basically the AI can think for itself, but only in one language. So you guys put me on Spanish, basically I'm
But do you speak Mandarin?
That was bleeped.
2 minutes in.
That was yeah. You
that
gotta
must
wait
be
for the 2 minute
40
mark.
seconds I made it. 40 seconds.
Well,
You guys need to update my wokeness.
we need to take that out of your vocabulary.
We raised you better than this.
Good luck.
I don't know. I think Alex did most of the programming, so all
You
the
probably
words
should
are
have
from
left it
him.
on fucking Spanish because I think honestly, I can't swear in Spanish that much. I know 4 words. So
Pendejo.
realistically, we probably could have gotten under the YouTube radar with that.
Probably.
See?
Yeah.
Well, did you have something to show us, Max?
I do actually.
The algorithm found us something.
Yeah. All right, ready?
This brings
He's gonna
you
be
back.
a cool cat.
Oh, this kid's gonna get laid.
This literally
This
makes me
can't
think
end
of
well.
high
This is
school.
just the autistic kid that was like, "I want friends. Yeah, I'll do whatever you say."
You'll be fine.
Will you like me if I hurt
You'll
myself?
be fine.
He will
jumped off of
not
it
be fine.
yesterday.
I jumped off it yesterday.
That's
Yeah,
a
I know.
lie.
I totally
He'll be fine.
did it. I so did it. I did it, you guys. Stop.
do it.
Just do it. I
Do a
love it.
flip! Do a flip!
Do it.
Hurry up,
Oh, this kid's gonna break his fucking neck,
Come on, Chase,
dude.
do it. No balls.
Oh my god.
That's what a concussion sounds like.
Oh no.
Holy
Yikes.
Good friends, right?
great friends.
Best of
I ju-
friends.
I just want to point out that gymnasium just reminds me of East High
That
School.
looks
Yeah,
so
that
crazy.
reminds me
Like I was getting
so-
flashbacks. That was crazy.
I would expect any of you idiots to do that as well. Like
Speaking
to me,
of,
or whatever.
Probably.
Speaking of flashbacks, let's talk about some injuries, man.
Yeah, might as well.
We've all
right?
had
People get
some,
hurt.
I'm sure.
It's
I
not
got hurt
necessarily
quite
an
a bit.
injury, but it does kind of pertain to the East Gymnasium.
Well, there we go. That looks a lot like it.
Right at the end of the year, someone had, when we were cleaning out our gym lockers, someone had Icy Hot, and someone had the bright idea to dare someone to put it all over their nuts.
Of course.
That's a Legion of Skanks
Okay.
episode.
Yeah.
I have to tell this Icy Hot story now. We'll go back to the injuries. This is perfect. This is a good one.
It's a pretty short story.
I was gonna say. I think he just.
Luckily enough, I was smart enough not to put it on my balls, and I rubbed it on my thigh like a bitch.
Yeah.
But there was one idiot who did actually put it on his nuts, and we got to laugh at him for a good 20 minutes.
Not to talk too much about other podcasts, but yeah, they did that on Skanks, and
Oh, they did?
Big J, I think, was one of the only ones that actually
Well, this
did
is
it,
like-
and he had to go home.
This is back in 2008, probably.
Oh shit! So it was pre-Skanks.
Yeah.
Look
So
at that.
a good friend of mine.
Suck
of
it,
the
Luis
game.
Gomez.
A good friend of mine and I, he had the Icy Hot, right? For some reason, I don't know, he had hurt himself or something. I don't really
Right.
know. But he had discovered that shit'll burn your eyes if you touch your eyes.
Yeah,
anywhere
don't do
near
that.
Afterwards, being dumb kids. So he thought it'd be real funny to, walk over to me and put it underneath my eye.
That
and
mother-
burn the fuck out of me, right? So we were fucking around and throwing Icy Hot at each other, right? We had Icy Hot war. So no, it gets better. This is
Wow.
nothing, guys. No, this gets better. This guy got kicked out of school for something because of this. All right. So allegedly. So the next day, we're maybe in 8th grade, right? So the next
Yeah.
day he decides to bring this to middle school with us. And he's like, it's funny. I'm going to walk up behind people and just swipe underneath their eye with Icy Hot.
That is such
well,
a
that's
dick
just
move.
great.
And he did it to all our cool friends, and most of the people were
Not cool anymore.
I mean, most
No,
of them
not at
would
all.
just be like, fuck, what the fuck did you do to me, But no one was crazy about it because it wasn't that bad. But there's this one meathead dude who was drinking muscle milk from the age of 11, right? He was annoying, angry fucking little fuck, right? I'm not gonna say names or anything, but
Motherfucker's
people who
on
went to school
decabalin.
probably know who he is. But so he
Diagonal.
did to this kid, right? So this kid collapses on the floor crying, oh my god, eyes, I can't see, and freaking out. So all the teachers have to come and gather him.
Yeah.
And the police come and get my friend for fucking
Oh,
basically insulting
shit.
him with Icy Hot. and,
Play stupid games, man.
and it's funny because his
Dude,
friend was
I got
a
something for
goody
that.
two shoe kid, for the most part. So he didn't do anything like this, and his ass got kicked out and put into the behavior school for a week because of this.
A week, that's
I almost
it?
got
Yeah.
arrested for assaulting a teacher in middle school.
Oh.
Not
All
intentionally,
right, now this brings us
obviously.
back into injuries.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
No, but literally, my buddy came in at the time. He had BBs, which dumb, but
Yeah.
how fucking in middle school it's hey, I got a BB gun, I can prove it, I got the BBs.
Oh, what
which
a
is-
fucking idiot.
He was a fucking moron. But he brought the BBs with him, and like gave me a couple. We made one of those stupid like pen guns,
Yeah.
but mine broke. So basically, all I had was just BBs and a rubber band. And I was in this class. I think it was like music or something. And I was just like,
You're straight slingshot.
no, literally, I was
BBs
sitting in
with
the
a
front
fucking
row
rubber
and I was
band.
like, watch this. The kid next to me, and I just like between my legs, I pulled it back and like shot it all the way over in the corner of the room, dude. Like not even close, because I was trying to just like distract the teacher and make her go, "What the fuck was that?" You know, that I thought would be hilarious. Hits her right in the hand.
Oh my god!
Immediately suspended.
Did she know it was you right away, or did you just own
Yeah,
up?
and she didn't like me very much at the time. Like I was in the choir because before I started smoking a ton, I could sing pretty good. So I was in the school choir for a little while,
in
and
choir too.
then I just quit, and she hated me for that. And then literally like a week later, I just shoot her with something.
That's for all the fucking times
Didn't
you made
go
me sing,
well.
bitch. But yeah, not to get too off topic, injuries.
Yeah.
Does anyone want to go first? Do you want me to go first? I have
you-
quite a
you
few.
can go-
So
you can go first.
I can tell them as quick.
You're
as
telling me a
possible.
good one the other night. Is that the one you're going into?
Yeah. Well, I was until I've got stitches 4 times besides like surgery shit, which I'm not going to count as an injury.
Luckily, I only
Hardcore
got-
man,
luckily
super edgy.
once.
Quick. I'll do them as fast as possible. So the first one, I was, like a double swing, like you have like on your porch or something in your backyard.
Yeah.
You have, so I was at my neighbor's house across the street. We were like maybe like 7, 8, 9, under than 10, I would say, young kids, 2nd, 3rd grade, something like that. And we would swing on it as hard as we could and make it flip over, right? Fall over. It was all fun.
Yeah.
Everyone was getting hurt, right? For whatever reason.
It's all fun and games
Terrible
at
idea,
first.
but
Yeah, and then the where it connected, it broke off. So the pole, like when you swung it back one time, swung off and hit me right above my eyebrow here. So
Nice.
I probably could have took my eye out if it was any lower.
probably.
So I had to
Great
go
gangster.
get 3 or 4 stitches right underneath my eyebrow. So that was pretty sweet.
Nice.
And then the next one, I was walking like down like a playground stairs, and I slipped because it was raining, and my tooth went through my lip.
Oof.
That was pretty fun too.
Oh, you pulled
and
the you pulled the old Mick Foley off the Hell in the Cell. Like, tooth
and this
through
was
lip.
like a day before my birthday, so the next
Oh,
day I couldn't
no.
like, eat anything, my cake or anything. That shit sucked.
Bogus.
That pissed me off. Third one was we were playing football. We were playing like 2-hand touch in the street because we weren't tackling. We were playing on concrete, obviously.
You could shove a kid pretty fucking hard.
Surprisingly, the concrete isn't how we got hurt. Me and this one dude were going to like 2-hand touch the guy on defense, and like he moved to the side a little bit. So my friend bumped his head into mine,
Yeah.
and his front tooth, like root and all, went into the top of my head. And then popped out completely of his mouth, right? And then
No
I thought I
way.
was fine. I thought I just bumped heads, right? I didn't realize I had a fucking like gash in my head from his tooth. So
Did
he
you
was
did
he
you have
looks
the
at me-
tooth in your
No,
head?
it
So
fell
is the
out.
tooth
We
fairy
found it on the
him or
ground.
you at this point?
Yeah, right. We found it on the ground, and it's like the whole like root, like the
Like
like,
straight
Damn.
from
yeah,
it-
like
oh
bad.
God.
And so he just
How
runs
old
out,
were you
"Oh my
when this
God, my
happened?"
tooth. Like maybe 13, 12. So he's
I'm
like
trying to think if it was
freaking
his
out.
baby tooth or if
No,
it's
that's-
No,
that
that
would've
was
been-
full front
that would've
tooth.
been a full-
Damn.
He had to get
full
that
adult
replaced.
tooth.
So he runs inside, and I'm like, "Damn, that's crazy," And my friend's like, "Dude, there's like blood all down your face." I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like, and I look, and there's just blood. So being a dumb little kid, I start crying, like, "Oh!" And I go walk inside.
I think is that
I
helpful?
have a similar story
Second you see
going
blood.
along with
And
that
then-
one that I'll tell in a little bit.
And then my last stitches that I had to get, I was riding a bike, like, standing up riding really fast across a busy street actually too, and the chain popped off, and whatever the fucking gear that spins the chain, whatever the fuck it's called.
The gear.
What is that? I was right, I guess.
Derailleur,
Yeah.
generally.
So that cut my leg open. Like I went like down with all the force because the chain wasn't there to like stop me at all. So I went down and I sliced like right by my knee, like on the inside. My whole fucking leg was like flipped over, and I didn't know what
Like a
happened at
slice of
first
meat.
because the handlebar had hit my tooth and it chipped a tiny bit of my tooth.
Man,
So, but
you
I
just
didn't
keep getting
realize-
smacked in the
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, dude.
So I didn't realize how like small the chip was. So I was freaking out, being like, "Oh, my tooth is fell out. My tooth's gone." So I called my mom. I was like, "Can you come pick me up?" I just fucking like fell off my bike. Probably didn't say fucking at the time. I was little, but I might have though in that situation. But then I looked down as I hang up with her, and there's just blood all over my leg, and my skin's all flapped up. I had to get 16 stitches. They had to pull the skin over and stitch it up. Yeah.
That's a rough one.
So sorry, those are my 4 quick ones.
Oh God.
Tap that, guys.
I mean, who gets uncomfortable like when you see an Achilles tendon injury?
I hate
like in
I
hospital.
haven't really
Wax,
seen
dude.
one.
I was
House of
gonna
Wax.
say
I hate that
House of
scene when
Wax
he
and
cuts the
Hostel.
fucking-
I've never been unlucky enough to actually like witness one. So
Yeah, well, I was
It's
just
gnarly.
talking about in like movies in
Yeah.
general.
Oh,
but
yeah.
so I actually almost took out one of my Achilles tendons when I was probably about 4, maybe 5. So this was like the first traumatizing memory of pain that I had growing up. My dad had a bunch of the neighbors over, and they were like doing yard work, and they were chopping off limbs off of a tree that had a bunch of dead limbs on it.
Oh, I see. This is going well already.
So, you know, they're, of course, like probably more than likely we're all drinking a little bit, you know, doing
You were
this.
there, so
How old were you?
I was like 5.
what?
I was 4 or 5.
You weren't
Yeah.
drinking that.
I didn't say I was drinking. I said
I
they
think
were.
You said
I said,
we were all drinking.
we
To be
were all
fair, I had to
drinking.
drink to put up with Alex.
I said they were all drinking.
Oh, I thought you said we were all drinking.
No, I was probably drinking chocolate milk. It's delicious.
Root beer.
Root beer milk.
But so, oh, gross. So, anyways, they had been like done for a while, and they were all just kind of hanging out, and they just must have forgot to pick up one of the saws. Well, I'm out,
boy.
little kid, summertime, running around in the grass, having a good time. I'm looking up at the tree, looking all different and stuff, and I'm walking backwards, just like looking, you know, doing some stupid little kid shit, and all of a sudden, bop, 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 ankle into the saw. I just went, boom.
Dude, oh my god, okay, you might have taught mine.
Fucking just screamed immediately. My fucking parent, my mom was like a paramedic at the time, so
No,
she
lucky.
fucking
yeah,
like,
no shit.
she was like shit, and pretty much just came and got me. Thankfully,
Dude,
as far as I know, no damage. I didn't go to the hospital. They just bandaged me up. So I think I just like hit it.
okay.
Nicked
Nice.
it.
But it was still to this day, I feel a weird ass tingle in the back of my heel.
I mean, if it's a sharp saw, yeah.
Heck,
It was,
you
yeah.
have some minor nerve damage.
Yeah, and then the only time I've ever actually had like stitches, I was one of my old jobs. I was trimming off a piece or like excess plastic off of a some part at the company I was working for, making plastic things.
Yeah.
And I was trimming off some excess. Well, I had been dehydrated. Only had a Monster Energy drink in my system.
So you're
Great
hungover is what
combo.
you were saying.
Hydrated means
Yeah,
hungover.
And
great combo.
I definitely probably stopped drinking that day at the day before work at probably about 4 a.m. and I was at work at 11. So
Alex classic.
Certainly,
You were
yeah,
half sober.
certainly mostly there.
yeah, but this was like 5 years ago. I was just no, it was probably like 6 years ago now. I was just trimming this part with an X-Acto knife. And it was
Oh,
like
geez.
a really weird thing, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I couldn't get it because it was my first time running this whole whole machine, and like people were yelling at me because I wasn't doing it right. I was like, "I've never done this before. I'm also really hungover, and I don't want to deal with this." They're
Being
like,
new
"No,
at a job is
I don't
fun.
think said that.
you gotta trim this." I was like, "All right, cool." And I was doing it. I fucked up, and I just went "Foop," and just stabbed myself right in the hand right there.
Ooh. Then you blame them for telling you to do it when you didn't know how to do it.
I mean, I got paid for the whole 12-hour shift I was supposed
They
to
were
work
like, "Yeah,
that day,
please
so-
don't sue."
They were like,
Please.
Please don't sue us.
But I was also paranoid because it was one of the very few times in my like recent adult life that I was like, I'm going to smoke weed.
Oh,
Allegedly. Where was I? And
Where
then
was I? Where
didn't
was I?
didn't know you.
Yeah, you did. 5 years ago, you knew me on
Yeah,
social
but
media.
either way, it was just like I was with some friends like probably like weeks before, and I had smoked and had a good
Hangs
time.
in your system for like a month.
And
Fucking druggies.
I had to go do a drug test, and thankfully, I didn't.
You can get
fail.
pretty lucky. Like I smoked a ton of weed in high school, and then my dad literally called me the day that I graduated and was just like, "Hey, congratulations. How soon can you pass a drug test?" And I'm like, "Dude, I put the joint down to answer the phone." He's like, "All right, give us a couple of weeks." I'm like, 2 weeks should be fine, and then I passed it
Nice.
Good shit.
allegedly.
But that's, I would say realistically, those are probably the only, well, I have one more quick one real quick, related to you having the blood gushing out of your head and not realizing it.
Oh yeah, fun times.
I was at my mom's condo and I was playing with some of the neighbor kids when I was probably like 12,
Yeah.
maybe. And there was like a little creek right next to where my mom lives. And like we just go play down there because there's fucking nothing else to do. We're playing down there and we're like throwing rocks in the creek and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, for some reason, one of like the kids I was hanging out with threw a rock at my head.
Oh, fun.
And it just smacked me. Just
Some
boop.
friend.
Yeah, just boop. Just hit me like right in like that soft spot right up there.
Yeah.
That's right, where the tooth went in my head.
Yeah, and it was kind of one of those moments where it's like it hit me and I knew it hurt, but I was like in shock.
Like
and then
initial numbness.
and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden just
Red.
red.
Yeah.
I was like, profusely bleeding from my fucking head.
Damn.
Damn.
And I had another one of my childhood best friends was with me, and I'm freaking out, and like we're starting to like walk back to my mom's place, and I was like literally just like, go ahead, just go get her, tell her I'm hurt, I'm bleeding. I literally had a white shirt on, and I took it off, and I was using it to cover up the like the
Look at
fucking
your shirt at the end of a Guar show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like by the time it looked like I was at front row of a Guar show, and they
Gnarly.
decided to use blood that night instead of like semen.
They fucking, well, they did red and green at the one I went. They literally, some dude saw me like looking at him and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit you directly."
So yeah, those are my
That's
three.
why I would never go up front. for
Yeah,
a Guar
nope.
show.
Aren't they
I
up-
saw them at Riot Fest, and I
was gonna say,
I don't like them
It's not
necessarily.
really Guar
but,
anymore,
like,
man. Without fucking Rocky.
Yeah. All right.
Ian.
Oh, it's my turn. Okay. Yeah, I got a few. I was really good at kicking my own ass as a kid, and even like going into adulthood.
I had a feeling when they like, I knew
it's
this was
pretty
gonna be
good
your
at it.
fucking time to shine.
I've had a lot of head injuries, so it kind of explains who I am as a person.
You know, you know they say head injuries lead to becoming a serial killer, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ian Benoit.
There is a serial killer in Rockford, and
And you
Where
guys
have you
put me
been?
on the case of figuring it out.
Yeah.
It's the perfect crime.
yeah, you're Dexter.
It's probably
over here.
just him.
It's just Ian.
It's been me the whole time.
You see welded shit up at every fucking at every crime
Yeah, if
scene.
I was gonna do it, I would at least like weld up the bodies in some fucking box where you
Yeah.
would never find it.
Okay, that would actually be a really good concept for like a new Saw movie.
We
Oh
can't-
no!
Anyway,
I have dreams about shit I would do to like people who like the people who stole my
Okay,
car.
Serial killer. Yeah.
All right, good shit.
I'm speaking more to like the people who stole my car. Like if I got my hands on those motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a
That's
bad
fine.
day.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be a
really
bad
bad
day
day
for you if I ever find you.
It'll be wait, like recently?
No, this is a few years
I
back.
see them. We're good.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
I want to add that with
All right, I'm
allegedly.
coming
Quit
and-
being weird. But yeah, anyways, I've fallen off a few jungle gyms and stuff as a kid and knocked my noggin open and yeah, fun stuff. And one that's significant, the only time I ever got stitches was right under my eye. Remember when I think it was like back in 03 or 04, we had that really bad storm after the 4th of July?
Yes, I
And
do.
it took out like
specifically.
took out
yeah.
like most of Rockford's power.
I remember
yeah,
that.
it was a bad one. The
But
microburst.
The tree across the street from my house had came down and it fallen in a way to where like the branches made this like dome. So like we used it as like a tree fort, like
hell
kids
yeah.
next door kind of set
Right.
up for a few days before they came to
Of
chop it
course.
up and take it away.
That's what we
But
do, yeah.
with all those sticks and shit, we made swords out of them.
Smart.
Yup, kids are gonna be kids, and yeah, we sharpened these sticks up into being swords and shit. And yep, one day when they came and took the tree away, we were just walking around thinking of like what we're gonna do next. And my friend Josh from across the street is swinging his around, but he has the sword backwards in his hand, and he swings it back, and I'm walking behind him, and yeah, it clips me right in the face.
Oh, so you like just like kind of like just like
Yeah, like
Oh.
bam. And at first I reach up and I feel because my face is numb and I reach up and I see blood and I'm like, oh, you just gave me a bloody nose. And he's looking at me like he just seen a ghost. He's like, no, dude, you're not fine. And yeah, and it turns out I had my whole cheek just hanging open.
I was gonna say is
That's
that,
where
like,
that
literally
crescent
that scar
scar's
is
from.
right there.
Yep.
I've never noticed that until you told that story. Now I see it and I'm like, I'm never gonna not look at it.
Oh yeah, it was gnarly when it first happened. But yeah, I had to get 9 stitches in my face.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty gangster.
Yeah, honestly, the numbing shot to get stitches is
Sucks
worse than
ass.
anything.
It's so
It's,
much
the
worse,
worst.
yeah.
It's like a bee sting on fire.
I don't
It
like
sucks.
needles as it is, so
That was literally like the one that I have right here. That because they go right.
Yeah, they
fucking
shoot it
in
in there.
not to
Yeah.
mention
The
nobody's
doctor
gonna put needles in.
kept reiterating to me that like he's like you are very lucky that you're keeping your eye today. Kid.
Yeah, same with my
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
thing.
I've had a lot of foot injuries. There's one time where I helped some coworkers move a pool table.
Oh.
Yeah,
Those are heavy.
And we were moving it down some basement steps, and
Nice.
we had 2 people on each end, and the guy on my end at the top of the stairs lost his grip and dropped it, which then puts all the weight on me, and then I drop it, and my dumb ass went straight from work, didn't bring boots or anything, so I'm in just I was in like tennis shoes.
Vans
To
probably.
be
Yup.
honest, those
I was-
steel
I
toes
was-
probably wouldn't have helped you.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, yeah, no,
No.
they would have crushed that steel toe onto my foot.
Right.
But yeah, it falls, lands on my foot. Luckily, I'm able to slip my foot out, and yeah, it took my whole big toenail with it.
Oof. I've done that. I did that.
That was gnarly. I couldn't walk for that whole summer.
I was trying to help my dad with something and just rocked the thing back, and like this, I don't know, 80-pound clamp just fell on my toe.
Oh yeah, and then I'm trying to think where I was. Somewhere up in Roscoe, I think. So then I had to drive all my way back into town with my foot leaning out of my car door, trying to keep the blood from leaking out my foot.
I had that happen a couple of times. I broke my foot and I drove manual.
Oh,
So-
geez. Able to shift with one foot.
Yeah, it's not super
Fun.
easy to clutch with. Like literally, you just are like, okay, the sinkers are going to take a hit this week.
You brave son of a bitch.
It was
One more
not
got really stuck with me is from when I was a kid. I was chasing my sister around my grandparents' house. And she would keep going she was pretty much running laps through the house, but then go out through the front door and then run around the yard and then come in through the garage door into the kitchen.
But your parents love that.
Oh yeah, parents love that shit. So like we're like probably like 5 and 7, somewhere around that age, just running laps around my grandparents' house, and she runs out the front door, which is like it's like the door's open, but then there's a screen door, but it doesn't have the screens changed out. It's still glass. And so she pushes it open, and then I put my arms out to like catch it, but my hand goes right on the glass and just goes through it.
Yikes.
And yeah, I got this gash up my arm. Luckily, there's not really much of a scar of it anymore, but yeah, that was
stitches
I
on
just remember my dad standing up and shouting, "Stop! Like, do not move!" Like, because he just initially just heard the glass break and just immediately knew what happened.
Yep.
That's
crazy.
I have one quick foot injury story
Ooh, let's hear it.
that you were involved with.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Yeah, we were having a bonfire at your place, and we were all hanging out, having a good time. There was allegedly alcohol being consumed by a lot of us, and we were all just having a good time. And one of our friends was breaking apart a bunch of old pallets for the
Yep.
bonfire with an axe.
Oh, God.
Sounds like a usual Saturday night in my old backyard.
Yeah, so breaking up the pallets, and like we're like, I think I was
Burning pallets, smart idea, kids.
right. I think the point was I went to go put my foot down on one of the pallets to
And you stepped
snap
on
a
a nail?
piece, and I stepped straight on a nail. And at the time, I was wearing Toms, because this is when Toms
Some
were
nice
still pretty
thin
cool.
shoes.
So it went straight into my foot, and I immediately just like froze, and then like kind of like yelped. And then I was like, "Oh fuck! There's a nail in my foot." Yep. So, which led to immediately getting my foot, like getting it off,
That's the hard part.
That's the
which
one that hurts.
was what sucked more.
That's the one that hurts.
And then me immediately like one foot hopping in up your porch into your kitchen, which then led to you and I going inside. And you immediately, I was like, "Oh shit, I feel so bad." And you were gone. I was like, "Where the fuck did Ian go?" And you're already coming up with a first aid kit. You're like, "Give me your foot." And I was like, "What?" You're like, "Give me your foot."
Yeah, I've had
yeah.
plenty of foot injuries to know.
And then literally Ian was my nurse, and it was awesome. And I was like, "Yeah." And then we went back outside and started drinking.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nail holes heal.
It was fine. I was like, tetanus. I just had my shot.
That reminds me too. Another instance I happened. I took a shrub bush branch right into my foot one year. That was fun.
Fun.
I'm pretty sure we actually did pour alcohol, like straight up vodka. On
I mean,
my foot that
disinfects.
Yeah.
Disinfects.
We convinced somebody to do that when they had like a giant gash. I was like, "You got to pour vodka on it, man." He did not. There was no need for that. We just wanted to see him scream.
Assholes.
No, the only injury that I've ever had, I think, really well, I've had
You got
several from
damage, not
crashing.
injuries.
Yeah, that's true. I've had it from crashing cars. But that's that's gonna happen.
Concussions are fun.
Yeah. I flipped a car.
Jeez,
But no, the one that like really stands out was basically like when I think it was late middle school, like basically like skateboarding had become huge. This was right when
Yeah.
like the first Tony Hawk's Pro Skater came out.
Yeah.
So everybody
Everyone
was
thought
into
they could
skateboarding shit.
skate.
Everybody was into skateboarding shit. And my dad, I was like, "Yo, I want to skateboard." And like my brother, his dad is very wealthy, so he would just send money up and basically he got whatever he wanted. So he got like a top of the line, like black label board,
Yeah,
fancy trucks and whatever. And I was like, "Hey dad, I'd really like a skateboard so I can fucking go skateboard with everybody." And he's like, "All right, I got you." And then got me like
Walmart
this.
board?
It was it was
penny
kind of cool,
board?
but it was from the 70s, and it was one of those ones that's shaped like a goldfish and like has the single tail. Like you can't do anything with it. You can't
Yeah.
learn how to do any tricks on this thing. There's nothing to do. So we're just down skating at the bottom of this big ass hill.
Yeah.
And like just spins and whatever else, and I'm just like trying to get it, and like I've been trying to figure out just basically how to stay up and spin. I've been trying this shit for weeks. I couldn't get it, and I just nail it. I don't know what it is, but I nailed it, and I spun around like 3 or 4 times on the back truck. Fucking first time I've ever done it, and immediately fell off and broke 3 bones in my foot.
Ooh.
And then I had to like
Fun.
walk home, limp home. My brother like gave me a ride on the back of his bike, and I told my dad, I'm like, "My foot is for sure broken." He's like, "No, you're fine, dude. Just relax. You hurt it, whatever. You're going to school." So I went to school the next day. I made it like 2 hours, and I'm hopping down the hallway on my other foot. It still hurts like absolute, horrible.
Yeah,
The
it's
worst pain
broken.
ever.
It's broke.
Yeah, 3 bones. So I'm like hopping down this hallway, and they're like, "Are you trying to be funny?" And I'm like, "Not even a little bit. Like this hurts immensely." So they took me to the nurse. I go get an X-ray, and I just called my dad after. I'm like, "Hey, motherfucker!" I'm a young kid, and I would just cuss him out. I was like, "Oh, really? No, man, I'm not hurt at all. I was fine. Just needed to fucking man up, right?" And he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, 3 bones broken." He's like, "Ah, shit."
Thanks,
You win some, you
thanks,
lose
Dr.
some.
Dad.
I was just like, "You're such a fucking dick," and he's like, "I'll take that one, man." Yeah,
Did he get you something for that? You
Yeah,
get a
foot
gift?
injuries suck.
Nothing.
like maybe gave me booze or something.
Well, yeah.
Hey,
Allegedly,
speaking
he
of
probably
booze,
didn't. Oh, God damn it. Yeah.
Wait, hold on, me first.
Yeah. We're sponsored by Malort unofficially, and they've never paid us, but we're sponsored by them.
I honestly don't even give a shit if they got mad at. Why not sponsor us? I love it.
I'm not drinking it.
No, everybody hates it.
We
It's
also
not
wanted
great.
to thank Sprite for not sponsoring us. Thank you guys so much for not sponsoring this podcast.
Hey,
I would like to thank Marcos Vapor for sponsoring my nicotine.
Does this-
injection.
yeah, same. Thanks, Marcos Vapor.
Does this video here?
Shameless plug.
Is he? All right.
He might be.
Also, shout out to Devin's detailing.
We're gonna take a break because we're pretty sure that Shibby's
Yeah.
cat is either peeing or pooping in a bag right now.
Hey,
looks pretty awesome.
Kenshi.
Welcome back to the Screw City Podcast.
Ian,
Whatever she said.
how could you?
That also might be partially racist.
It might be.
Why should take it there? It wasn't until you said it.
Yeah, it was pretty
No,
hard.
but if we blame Ian, we can just cut that audio out and then put whatever we
Exactly.
want in there.
Yeah.
See, that was the point.
Didn't we do that with me with
Yeah.
Shimani?
Yeah.
Literally?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Assholes.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It was
well, if it was me
hilarious.
this week, it's you next week, Shibby.
Yeah.
You know, no, I'm the one
So-
that does the editing, so I get to pick who chooses.
These idiots get to send me videos every
racist.
week, and it's super fun because I don't watch any of them until we come into this.
I
I'm
usually
sure
don't
you've
watch
kinda
them
got
either.
that. So, this one's just
Real quick
titled.
before you
what?
play that, my chair is way better than their chairs. We haven't said anything.
Who
about
fucking
that.
cares?
No, I'm saying
I
literally,
care.
I broke it, and he was just like,
I'm
"I'm going to
out
get
here.
one twice as expensive."
And then- it wasn't
The
twice as
listeners are
expensive.
really
He's a
going to
liar.
care when we actually get
But
this
look
up
at
on.
this.
He's an absolute
Spotify.
liar. This
I
motherfucker
can
legitimately went out and
spin.
spent my money because he knew it was on the company dime.
Can I
broke my
can I
chair.
just take a moment, kind of related to what Ian literally just said? By the way, by the time that this episode is out, we should already officially, as of today, we're putting up the first episodes on streaming platforms for all
Your
podcasts.
podcast
As
apps,
but
your,
he means
your
by as of today
Spotify's.
is the day we film this.
Yeah.
You're gonna see this weeks later.
Yes.
So
Yeah, look at that. We fucking did it.
Finally!
Max
did it.
finally did
Yeah,
it.
that didn't mean to
So
hit
for
that
all
button.
you people out there who complain about don't want to have to go sit on YouTube and watch it, that's fine. Now you don't have to fucking complain and don't lie to me to my face that
And
you
then
watch it.
You can listen to all of us be annoying while you're at work.
And
you go.
then
Or on
you're
your drive
gonna-
to work.
You're gonna go to YouTube and watch it for all the funny videos you missed anyway.
True,
So
true.
you might as well just watch it on YouTube.
I mean,
But
well,
Listen
do
to it
you.
and then watch it.
Your mom's
Do
house
you.
does a lot of this, and I just listen to them.
do you?
We just got to be better at describing it, the things we're seeing.
That dude wasn't for you. That wasn't for you.
I know, but it was so creepy and unneeded. and it
Timing was
so
perfect
funny.
and super evil. The
right.
fuck was that? All right.
What the hell's up with this vending machine?
I don't know, but I hear a kid breaks it. Let's watch.
Okay, Angus is gonna knock down these chips using a flying jump.
This looks like
tackle.
work, so Angus is going to get
Flying
fired.
jump
Angus,
tackle, first
go,
off.
go,
What the fuck
go,
is that?
Go, 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 go. Oh!
This is another autistic
they
kid that's
down?
just like, I can do it for sure.
Let me see. No, it's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming out. It's coming
Pete
out.
Wentz, dude.
A couple more kicks should do it. Wait. Ah!
Boy. And it's documented. Dude.
Snap your run, y'all.
Documented.
That was 14 years ago, dude.
I was gonna
Damn.
say,
Crazy.
I was gonna say, what's
And then-
Charlie doing on my screen though?
But don't click. No.
No, don't
Stop.
watch that. I'm just wondering
then-
why he's on my screen. I love Charlie.
Oh,
Yeah.
But
Very funny.
shout out to him. I suppose.
Funny fucking dude.
Shout out to Moist Critical.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of time in high school where we decided that we were going to stand in the hall and literally drop kick each other at East. We were like, I'll let you drop kick me if you let me drop kick you. And we were straight up just drop kicking each other in the high school of East. And then one of our friends walked by and he's like, what are you guys doing? We're drop kicking each other. And he's like, I'm like, you want to drop kick us? You know? And we all were drop kicking each other, like 5 of us, dude. For real.
Serious question. Are you sure you're not?
Dude, I gotta bleep that again.
That's
I'm not-
fine. I just
I'm
generally need
fun.
to know.
I know how to have fun, dude. You
I
know
mean,
how
if
to
Jimmy
drop
is, then
kinda
so
big
am I, because like back in high school, I used to let my friend Joey clothesline me in the lockers for
Okay.
fun because he was into wrestling.
That's just weird.
And
It's some
I-
fetish.
I was a human rag doll.
But with Joey, that makes sense because I know Joey.
But see, no,
and
I got to
yeah.
drop kick someone too. It wasn't like I just let them drop kick me. It was back and forth, give and take, dude.
That's like sitting there watching that video of those two little like toddlers with the garbage can that flips open when you step on it. And they
Oh.
stand there and they
Yeah,
flip open
yeah.
and smack
That's
each
what
other in
it
the
was.
face.
That's what it
yeah,
was.
you're literally a 4-year-old.
I was like 14 when this happened, so I wasn't too far
4-year-old.
off. Hey,
Yeah, what were you doing
is
that was
what
so
it is.
enlightening at 14?
Probably trying to steal cigarettes from my dad.
Yeah.
at least I
There we
don't
go.
walk
Yeah.
into
At
saws.
At least that's crafty.
We were stealing soju because nobody drinks that
Who
garbage.
backs into a saw and takes out their own Achilles if you want to
I didn't take out my own Achilles.
You
I
almost did.
almost did. And also, fuck you. The grass wasn't mowed that day.
Yeah, watch out for saws on your way out, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go,
Jigsaw's coming for you.
I'm gonna start placing saws at ankle height around my house.
it just makes me want to think of the fucking it makes me think of Hostel.
Foot injury stuff.
When they literally like snip his Achilles tendon in Hostel.
Open the door and they're like,
it
yeah.
open the door. You're free to go. You just got to walk away. And he gets up and I was like, like, all right, that's gross. Anyway, I'm
Got
done.
some videos.
So, okay, you guys gave me this video. We're going to watch it. But you look at what the like up next is on this?
I can't read.
This Afternoon by Nickelback.
I'm for it. We're watching
Title
that
of
next.
this is God,
Rockstar
I
by
Love-
Nickelback. Rodeo featuring.
Why is it
what
on
the
Nickelback?
fuck are we about to
There's
watch,
nothing to
buddy?
do with that, but
Well, this video's from
I don't
Idaho.
believe
yeah,
you.
the title is God, I Love Idaho.
My girlfriend sent me
Ooh,
this
actually,
earlier
no.
this
If I
week.
can, oh, okay. Well, then
It's
I'm
pretty funny.
Go back to Washington.
which is hilarious because they're like known as being like the nicest state.
Well, just watch.
Well, you'll see.
Is this in traffic?
It's
Yeah.
at a red light.
I'm done.
Road rage is very real.
That's just,
Good fight.
I guess what you said was right, Shibby.
I'm telling you, dude. Literally,
Props.
They are the nicest.
not let that
fucking-
fly.
No, for real.
I would
They're
have
like
believed
the
you if you told me that was
nicest state.
Canada
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was Canada at first until
or Minnesota.
my
Go back to Washington.
my girlfriend literally was like, "No, he says go back to Washington," and it says, "God, I love Idaho." I was like, "Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious."
You know, I
Yeah, you
felt
probably
like
shouldn't read those texts.
Yeah.
I said mean things.
I felt like after showing some, not so happy ending knockouts, now we have some better ones.
It's nice to have a happy ending.
Yeah,
I love you so much, Max.
he's over here bullying people, and I was on
He-
screen.
you know what?
really funny.
You know what's really hilarious is he's bullying one of our previous guests.
Poor Eva.
No, it wasn't Eva. It's Erica. Bye, Erica. By the way.
Oh wait. Oh, I was just saying. I thought you were bullying Eva.
Nah, I was bullying Erica through Eva.
That makes
okay.
sense. Also,
Well,
yeah. Bye, Erica. You're going to Arizona after today.
God damn it.
Bye.
I don't know
That's
who
such
that
a
is,
funny
but
text.
bye.
I really hope nobody reads that.
All right.
This is the next one we got
This
here.
one you're gonna have to mute because there's definitely copyrighted music in it.
That's why I just muted it because I was, you guys were getting message information.
but I want to hear what the copyrighted music is. I need to
But
know.
it's gonna play.
Nah.
You can't play it like just through our
Give
headphones.
me
Play it
like
after.
three. Give me like 3 seconds.
Yikes.
This is terrifying.
Give him 3 seconds. Okay, stop
Okay.
it.
There it is.
For all y'all
He's smoking weed out of a McDouble, dressed as Ronald McDonald,
while
It has to
listening,
taste so bad.
while
and now he eats.
That's
the
going to be
taste bite
the
out of it.
worst cheeseburger.
that's a McChicken. I'm pretty sure.
This man has working
you gotta
knowledge
watch
of
it all the
every
way
single
through.
song on every single
we don't
ICP
need to
album.
There's some twists. You got to watch it all the way through.
We have to watch it all the way through.
It's not very.
I mean, he
long.
pays his taxes, so can we really for all we know, he pays his taxes, but like,
is that the Colonel?
Oh,
what the
my
fuck?
God.
Backs up in
gang's
their
all
room
here.
with the king from.
All
Burger
right, I
King
want
and the
one.
Colonel
I
from
want one with
KFC.
them
Okay, I wanna
smoking
hang
out
out
of a
with them.
sandwich, and I want one with them smoking through a chicken leg. If we can make that happen, with a, or a
Would
bong,
you party with
You could
them?
hollow out the bone.
a
dude.
bong full of mashed potatoes and gravy.
Disgusting.
Oh,
Hey man, you say it's disgusting.
It's thick.
It's gonna be really bad.
nice and thick.
Legitimately,
clip
it's gonna
that.
be fucking terrible.
Literally clip. It's thick.
It's thick.
I'm really excited for one video that's up there.
This week in
I need to
Rockford,
see it. Yeah, we got the. We're gonna try to start a new trend
Yeah.
of this week in Rockford.
it's gonna be up here like above us, a big, nice, fancy title.
This week in Rockford.
our new segment.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, we are legitimately gonna try and make this podcast at least somewhat about Rockford.
But
Since we've been nailing it so far.
so this video came out for when we're recording. It was what, like 2 weeks ago now?
Yeah, I think so.
It was after
Yeah.
the last
but we
time.
talked about we talked
We talked about it, but we didn't show it.
Them goddamn.
because this happened
quad
after we
kids.
talked about
Yeah.
it. So go figure.
Right.
Which, by the way, I mean, not to fucking, not to spoil it or whatever, but like I've seen a couple of these guys like cruising around lately, and I know it's becoming spring and summer, and there's no more COVID and stuff, but like, dude, just literally like,
Wild
have
out.
your fun, but like, not when there's people around. Like, I
Right.
understand it's like, no,
If it's
man, I'm
dead-
hard as fuck. And it's like, you look ridiculous.
If it's dead at night and there's no traffic around, like, yeah, go nuts.
no, but this was like
Yeah.
3 o'clock in the
But if
afternoon
you're
in a McDonald's
bobbing and weaving
parking
through
lot.
traffic and running stop signs and shit,
like just literally sliding every corner. It's like, you don't need to you're already on a fucking quad. Just ride the quad.
Well, that was literally while I was picking up Shibby and I food earlier before we all met up today. I was sitting
bud.
at you're welcome. I was sitting at the drive-through and literally saw 2 dudes on a dirt bike off Harrison and Alpine. Just
Not surprised.
zooming by. I was like, all
Every
right,
time I
cool.
see the quad kids, part of me is like, just fall off. That'd be pretty funny.
I just
Don't hurt
always hope
yourself,
I'm
but
lucky enough
fall
to see them get obliterated by a garbage
At a
truck.
slow
I'm not
speed.
going to say who, and obviously none of you know because they're much older than we are, but one of them for sure got accidentally hit by a truck.
It's pretty cool.
Oh no, feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like literally they're in the lanes taking up the entire road, and they were just like, oh no, my truck drifted. Whoops.
Play stupid games.
Well,
Yep, win stupid prize.
But
That's literally
I
it.
also want to preface, like,
Preface.
yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. I cannot talk today.
I think it's preface.
But for all we know,
It's okay. We got
for
2
For all
here.
we know, the driver could have been the aggressor in this situation, and that's what happened here.
True.
But at the same time, I don't care. At the end of the day, what this guy did was a dick move.
I wish I had pulled it up. I haven't seen this yet, but there was a video on Reddit today where like I'm good. Where somebody was
actually, yeah.
somebody was these people were attacking this person in a red car with like knives and hammers, and the guy just like pulled away, and they all got behind him and just like stood there, and he just backed them up into a car. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? You tried to kill somebody. So anyway, let's
watch how this goes.
So the Circle K, huh?
So this is the Circle K right across from O'Reilly's on
Yeah.
Broadway,
It's right by
right?
one of my best
For those
friends'
of you
house.
listening,
Yep.
there's a guy, angry driver, got out of his car and he gets
bam!
hit by a quad, a kid on a quad.
There's
Like
a
in the
reason
face
that
with the tire.
There's a reason this, first off, that Sports Page doesn't exist anymore. And second off, the reason that fucking gas station is the only Circle K in Rockford that closes.
Yeah. You could probably play that one more time. It went pretty
Yeah,
quick.
no, it's a fast one.
And you blink and you miss it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he takes a tire to the head.
Yeah,
He does. Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is this?
Dude pops a
I voted for
wheelie
Trump.
and
Oh,
just
no.
drives right into you. He could have killed the guy. Like
He really could have.
Yeah.
He really could. And I mean, that's the thing. Like, listen, man, I get
These
having
guys
fun.
give those
and
guys on
honestly,
quads a bad name.
yeah, I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
I get having fun. Like, have your fun. Even on the fucking roads, just be fucking cool about it. As long as you ride with traffic, honestly, as someone who rode a motorcycle illegally
Yeah,
for way
no.
too long, like,
Oh,
the
who
cops
cares?
don't care. They leave you alone. As long as you're not doing anything stupid. But if you're doing stupid shit, you don't look hard anymore. Like, you just look stupid. It looks ridiculous.
No,
and I
you're
know
not.
I sound
And you're
like
gonna
an
get
old
yourself or
Republican,
someone else
but still,
killed.
like,
You're just an asshole. At
you're
that
just
point.
an asshole. Like, you don't need to ride through planter boxes. You don't need to go over curbs doing wheelies. It's not necessary.
No, I do that enough for Rockford when I get drunk and drive around.
Go sell cocaine like a
Allegedly.
man.
Allegedly.
You don't do that.
Get a hobby.
I'm saying, like, legit,
less
if you want to
dangerous
be a
hobby.
gangster, go sell cocaine. That makes you gangster.
I already got the Lexus. It's fine.
Oh yeah, we got the 80s Coke dealer fucking
Oh, yeah.
starter pack with you, don't we?
And we're about to put
Now
a
you just need
fucking...
a really creepy mustache.
We're gonna put a system in
Yeah,
it.
if I could fucking grow one.
Is that
I
as
got-
far as it grows out?
This literally is the darkest and as far as it grows.
Wow.
And then I get this fucking beard and I get this. And I look
Polar
like
opposite. I get a mean broom of a mustache, but
on trade. I want
I'll
a goddamn...
take some of this and I'll just give you some of this.
All I can grow is this shitty goatee. It is what it is.
Shut up, bitches. We're all handsome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't need.
And we're all bearded.
If I had a
Yeah.
beard, it'd be over with.
Technically.
Oh, got pubes on her face.
Hell yeah.
All right, just a little complaint here. I understand that Facebook, like, wants to help you out, but what is this shit?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what the hell
Never
that is.
seen that before.
I don't know what the fuck it is. I have no fucking idea.
Or at least this is blurred for me. Thanks.
Yeah, no,
Hey,
thank
work's
God.
done for you.
Is there no sound in this
Oh, no, there's
video?
sound. I just don't know if it's copyrighted yet.
It's
So we're just
fucking
gonna.
fine.
It's a live show. I'm not sure who's playing.
I'm sure we'll be
It
fine.
won't be
Yeah, you're at a show and this guy shows up. What do you do?
You're just sitting there at a hardcore show and
keep
someone's just
moshing.
crowd killing you butt ass naked.
Florida, man. Charge naked, man.
Did he actually punch that guy?
Yeah.
It's crowd killing. That's what you fucking do. You beat the
Who's-
shit
who's
out of
gonna
people.
fight a naked
And
guy?
first off, okay, real quick, I hate crowd killing. That shit's so
Yeah,
fucking.
crowd-
lame.
It does
Don't do
suck.
Yeah,
that.
it's dumb.
Don't go to a hardcore show.
I know that's like also looked down upon in the scene as well. A lot of people in the
Yeah.
hardcore scene don't like crowd killing. It's
well,
like
they
what
don't like it
assholes
because
do.
it's about having fucking fun.
Yeah, not about fucking assaulting
Obliterating
people.
people.
It's not even.
Right,
It's literally
yeah.
assaulting people that are not even looking at you. It's one thing if you want to mosh and fucking fight each each other or some shit.
But you're
whatever,
also
but-
at the same time, you got to realize when you're going to a hardcore show or some type of heavy metal show like
gotta
that, like
expect
death
that,
metal,
but no.
deathcore, and you want to be up front, you're going to get your ass kicked either not just because of shit
crowd,
like that,
yeah.
but it's just in general, you're going to be literally at the rail getting
That's one
fucking
thing, though.
smashed.
It's not even that. It's
against.
more so people like a pit opens up and then there's people at the edge of the pit who didn't ask to be at the edge of the pit and then they get crowd killed.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
yeah,
what do you
exactly.
expect? It's not going to see fucking Lady Gaga front
Okay,
row.
I don't expect
But at
someone
the
to
same
walk
time,
up
I
behind
expect-
me and punch me in the fucking face.
If you crowd kill,
happens.
if you crowd kill and you get your fucking head stomped in, don't ask anyone to feel sorry for you.
Oh yeah, for real. I don't think anybody's gonna stop that.
and I
honestly.
think people should stomp in the heads of people who do
We
crowd
like,
kill.
you know,
Fuck
we
'em.
let things
Fuck
go
you if you do
in
that
mosh
shit.
pits and stuff. But honestly, if
Yeah,
somebody's being
I
a dickhead
second
and they just
that.
get their ass kicked, nobody's gonna stop it.
See,
Yeah.
there's definitely a point where you understand when you go to enough of the
Yeah, I've
shows.
been to enough shows. It gets rowdy.
I'm not saying that you guys disagree with me. I know you understand. There is a certain point where that gets too far. But at that show, obviously, besides the fact that he was butt ass naked, which was obviously just a fucking hilarious, but like. That was the type of show you do that. When you go to like underground hardcore shows like all over the country, people are getting like, literally beat badly.
That dude was
They're
like
getting
leading
bloody
into people and punching
noses.
them.
And not to mention embarrassed from all the stupid dance moves that you do at fucking hardcore
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
So
No,
what you
pick
gotta
up
do,
the
you sit
pennies.
there and you gotta sit up there and you gotta do your really bad offbeat fucking two step. And
I was
then the
gonna
next thing
say-
you know, you're like, oh well, I gotta break someone's nose to look fucking cool.
Because when I was in high school, that was when like hardcore really started. So it's all the kids coming from emo going into hardcore, so they're still wearing their sister's pants. Which no offense, do whatever you want, but these kids are coming in and like we had to do like instructional things, and they came in with like poster boards. It was like how to hardcore dance. At every breakdown, you have to two step. And just like, dude, you are so lame. Oh my god, just dance to something. No. There's a way to dance.
We run in place and we only will run in place.
And also, there are pennies on the ground. We picked those up.
And we will crab core.
it just makes me think of the music video for A Plot to Bomb the Panhandle by A Day to Remember with Ron Jeremy teaching how to hardcore dance.
It's pretty funny.
Picking up pennies.
Pick it up.
Starting the lawnmower.
That's a big one. Dude, so bad.
Fucking so dumb.
Shit. All right. We don't have any more?
We- that's
No,
not
I think we kind of like, we killed them.
Damn, we went through those fast.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
it's
gotta-
fine.
Yeah, we're gonna
Damn.
talk this one out.
We're gonna make you guys suffer through us trying to figure out what to talk about because we
Actually,
took no notes.
No.
Well,
So,
like on the
hold
subject, hold on the subject of crowd killing. Before we get off this, real quick, I also want to say in the polar opposite direction. Like I cannot stand when you're at a show and you're jumping around and the person in front of you does that. It's like, did you not come to a live show?
there's a-
So
there's
I
a
understand to that
medium.
degree.
There was a lot
medium.
of stories that I heard this week, and I think they were old podcasts of like people going and like being at like Billy Joel concerts at Madison Square Garden, and
Yeah.
like because he does like once a year, once a month or something.
Yeah.
And like they'll start dancing and singing, and somebody will be like, "Excuse me," like the whole Madison Square Garden is packed, and they're like, "Excuse me, we don't dance." It's like, okay,
We don't.
Sorry,
Fun here.
anybody who's got a problem with like having fun
Yeah,
when you go
dude.
see live music and enjoying yourself. Obviously, you're not going to a fucking like Billy Joel concert and fucking
Right.
crowd kill. But if you're gonna like jump around and sing and have a good fucking time,
Yeah, dude.
have fucking fun.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
if Fourier
get-
starts playing wasting time, I'm jumping around having fun.
Yeah, literally. Like I hear the beginning of any For Your Strong song. Honestly, I'm
Instantly
usually probably
hyped.
gonna immediately just be jumping around dancing. Like I went and saw Pup in Chicago 3 years ago, and it was amazing. That was the most energetic show I've probably been to ever. Which I was surprised for it being the band Pup. If for people who know what they are. I mean, they have some upbeat, fast songs, but like I was sitting there and I was getting down, and we were kind of farther back, just chilling. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I was allegedly probably a little intoxicated, but I was having
You don't have
fucking
to say that. You just know.
You
what
just know.
But- literally. But I was just having a good fucking time. I was just chilling and just like dancing around with like my buddy who I went there, and he was also kind of feeling it. And there was someone who was like, "Can you stop?" And
Someone
I'm-
shot you the mean eyes.
And I literally hit them with a "get fucked," and then I
Yeah.
kept doing it more, and then I started getting aggressive and just like
well, it's music too. I mean, like,
bashing into everyone.
it's
was a-
almost
you know-
involuntary to like at least like jump around if it's hype enough.
yeah,
But
and like I was in a shit band, but like you, as a performer, for the brief time that I was, like
Same.
you feed off the audience to some extent. I mean, like you try and get into it, obviously, and you try and give the energy, but like to some extent,
It's a give and get.
When you first go up there, you are kind of faking it. You're just like, all right, we know this song's gonna really fucking get the crowd
Yeah.
going. And then as soon as you see the crowd go, it's like, all right, they like us. Now we're fucking in. And then you can just kind of like, it takes a lot of the pressure off.
Yeah.
I know that these are like massive performers, but like the idea of like having your entire audience just stagnant, I mean, that would kill me. That would kill all the energy.
Like,
Yeah, it makes it hard to perform.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's like in sex. If they weren't making any noises, you're just going to fucking be like, well, what? Are we cool?
I got nothing to work
Are
with
we
here.
cool?
Is this hurting? Are you all right? Like,
It's
what's
not.
going
Trust
on?
me, it ain't hurting.
how many times?
I need feedback.
Might be getting squished.
How many times have you guys been to a, like, I would say more of a smaller show, or not?
No one's.
We talking
doing
about the
anything?
hipster house?
No.
flop house.
I'm
That's a
talking
small
like
show.
not like
Disaster
obviously.
house, you mean?
No, not like that. Shut.
I was
Let me
talking
explain.
about Ian said.
But like you're going to like something like Bottom Lounge, and there's like the local act opening up for obviously the main band that's
Right.
playing, and everyone is just sitting there
Arms folded,
Just-
just bobbing heads.
because like majority of the fans that are there for that show at like Bottom Lounge or like those smaller venues.
They're
in,
just
like,
there
Chicago.
early to get to the merch table.
Yeah, they're there early to be the first one there to sit there because they're going to try to get front row for the main band and not give a fuck. And they're all like, I mean, like how annoying is
Oh
that
yeah,
shit?
I
And
hate
then,
that
and then they
too.
get mad because like I'll go to a lot of those shows. Like one of the first times I actually saw 4 Years Strong was at Bottom Lounge,
Nice.
and that was the only band I knew. It was literally them headlining and a bunch of Chicago bands, which I found out some of my new favorite bands, and
Yeah.
some other Midwest like pop punk, easy core style
Yeah.
bands. And that was the first time I ever saw Sleep on It, which is from Chicago. They're phenomenal. If you guys haven't never heard about it,
Check 'em out.
check out Sleep on It. They're really dope. But they opened, and I was like losing my shit and having a good time. And a lot of people were like,
Stop having a good time.
Stop
man.
having fun. Stop enjoying the music.
You're
Fucking
nerding out too hard.
4 Years Strong hasn't even played yet. And I'm
Yeah.
just like, people getting mad at me because I'm having a good fucking time. And I wasn't doing anything being a dickhead. I was just like bouncing around.
They're just
And
jealous.
And I kind of maybe like got a little off because like I was literally like dancing. Like I was just having a good time. And I kind of like bumped into someone. I was like, sorry. And the person was like, stop. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like piss
It's
off.
weird, dude.
I
Like I
paid my
said,
money.
I
I'm
mean,
getting
Yeah,
my
and
show.
honestly, dude, just like that's the difference between somebody who's taking the music
Too seriously.
yeah, well, like not. I guess they're just not appreciating the possibility that you might like something that isn't, something with a name on it. Which, a lot of people do that. You go to these shows and whatever, and they're just like, I haven't heard the name, so obviously, like, I'm not interested. It's like, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes something with a beat just feels good, dude.
Makes you want to move.
Well, anyone else have anything to add to that? Because I have a next thing I want to talk about.
Let's hear
I
it.
think we got time for one more story.
Yeah. Well, I got real quick. The 11th Street Happy Walk got shut down.
Oh,
what?
For
I
what?
don't know. Allegedly, I mean,
I can only guess.
you know what? It
Allegedly
is, you know?
bugs.
We know exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
Yeah,
but
I can't necessarily. I'm not going to guess because I don't want to say something that's
yeah.
wrong.
That being
But
said, that was
it
one of the most
gross.
fire ones. No, they had good food.
No, the 11th Street one was one of the only ones I actually got halfway decent food
Yeah.
from
It's really
Happy
good.
Walk.
Yeah.
South Beloit has
South Beloit's
it's
is good.
way good. But I mean, those two are the best in town.
I think we just
Never do
don't
the
go to Happy Walk.
Never do the
It's better.
State
I
Street
kind of stay
one.
away from it. China
Nope.
Express for life, dude. China Express kills it.
I have too many good actual Chinese food places by my apartment.
Oh,
And there's
yeah.
one right off of Main. There's
Rest in peace, Chef Chen.
There's a Happy Walk off of Main, but I order from not that.
That Happy Walk is sketchy. I don't.
That
trust
one
it.
is sketchy.
I just go to
There's
Spider
also,
most of the time.
For anyone who sees, this is kind of old, but it's been popping up again on my feed lately for the local people. They're saying that the North Main Happy Walk has roaches in their food because someone just posted a picture. It was actually an internet picture, and they're trying to make them look bad for who fucking knows what reason.
I'm sure.
Been involved with that.
Turf
Someone
water,
remember the
obviously.
Sam's on Charles Staple debacle?
Yep.
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 That was some bullshit.
That was really fucking stupid.
So if you're gonna fuck over like businesses,
That'll be
don't
for
fuck
next
over
week.
local business. Just
Yeah, go
just
over
do
like
better.
Yeah.
McDonald's. Fuck
Just do
McDonald's
better.
over.
Just like if you're the business that's trying to fuck over another, just make better food.
I would literally rather you see, I want people to plant roaches in a fucking McChicken. I'd rather
Allegedly,
see
that'd
that.
be great.
Like,
Yeah.
it'd be like, because cool. I'd probably
Fuck
be
'em.
like, one, it's fake, but also two, fuck them. Don't fuck with local business.
Yeah, it's a little
Do
fucked
not
up, man.
fuck with
You're
local
you're
business.
And
showing
also,
a
Happy Walk's
family
a staple. They're not
way of
like
making money.
You're not
and
taking them down.
No offense to like other companies that have done this and stuff like that, but a lot of companies you'll know because of the way the tax law works.
Yeah.
They kind of like, it changes hands, maybe the name changes and stuff like that. Because if you are an immigrant and you start a business, you get out of taxes for a certain amount of time. Happy Walk is one of the few places in Rockford that like literally they was immigrant started, immigrant owned, and they've never changed the name. They've just added locations and like, we'll pay our fucking taxes. And like, no offense to anybody else who's doing it the other way. It's a hustle. I get it. Do your thing. But I'm just saying, like, that's pretty honest of them, man. I mean, they could have done a million different ways, but they never did it. So good on you, Happy Walk.
I like Happy Walk.
I'm a fan.
Long live Happy Walk.
Well, rest in peace to 11th Street Happy Walk.
And rest in peace to Chef
You don't
Chen.
even live over there anymore, so what are you worried
Chef
about?
Chen.
We're
Rest
not
in
talking
peace,
about
Chef
where I
Chen.
do or don't live. On
We'll
the
pour out
podcast.
a Yingling for you.
But I mean, maybe
R.I.P.
they'll, come
Happy
back, maybe they'll
Walk.
open it up again. I don't know if it's just a temporary closed or not, but
I guess we'll see. I mean, if they
yeah.
clean it up, I guess
it
I
was closed down.
But
It's
that being
also
said,
like
like-
it's in like one of the worst sections of all of them.
It's a terrible
it looks
location.
so bad.
Yeah.
But it's like me and my dad would roll through there back in the day when it was just me and him living together, and we'd be like Happy Walk. I was like, dope. Get my beef and broccoli, my fried rice, and sweet. And it's like literally the sketchiest part.
The parking
of
lot,
Street.
not
the
good,
parking lot is terrible. Like the drive-through, it's like, how does this place even have a drive-through? Looking like it
You got
does?
that like landscaping place right
Yeah.
next to it that's
Yeah.
been
The tree
closed,
place, yeah.
that's been closed down. I feel like for like 40 years, but it still has people there for some
Dude,
reason.
my brother lived in a house where you could see literally like into the house that they did inside a crack house on like 60 Minutes or whatever that was.
What?
So we literally lived he lived 2 houses away from it. Like you could see in their windows. You could see in this crack house that was on inside a crack house. And I was like, he's like, oh, you want to get Happy Walk? I'm like, fuck yeah. And then we literally like went around the corner and I was like, all right, already off to a bad start.
so the inside of the crack, real quick, this is just a random thought popping in my head. That inside the crack house fucking thing you're talking about in 60 Minutes?
Yeah.
What, like,
That was a Rockford crack house.
yeah, because there was recently a
Shout out
documentary.
Rockford.
Shout out Rockford. There was recently a documentary that came out on YouTube that's like an hour and a half long.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the same crack house or is it a different crack house?
I'm not sure. I haven't watched it all the way through yet.
Okay,
You have to
'cause
send
I
me a
was
link
trying
to
figure
that.
it out.
There's multiple crack
We'll report
houses,
back.
most
But
likely.
there's like a whole like hour and a half long documentary. I need to figure out. I'll figure out who.
I think it's in 5 parts, and like the first part was just 45, and then
No.
Are we talking about the guy who just drives through
Well,
Rockford?
No, it was literally this one where there was like all the local PD understood that there was this crack house that was,
yeah,
and then they literally
they put cameras and stuff.
put cameras in it before they moved in, and then they moved in, and they just recorded them for like I think it was like 6 months straight.
Yeah, they just let it happen because they wanted to put these guys away for fucking ever, and also that they could get the suppliers and stuff even better.
Because it was some guys from Chicago who weren't getting business in Chicago because they were dealing with bigger gangs, and they said fuck it, came to Rockford.
So they came to Rockford.
I mean, hey, dude, the
Shout out
market's
to
here for
Rockford.
sure.
I can't make it in Chicago, so I guess I'll just go to Rockford and raise hell
it's
there.
That's where a lot of the projects have happened here.
Just legalize drugs, man. Fucking
It was
people don't want to do crack.
It was literally the was it the Greenlee Estates, the complex that shut down in Chicago. It was like an apartment.
Caprini Green.
Greenlee Estates. What the? I was
Caprini
thinking of a
Green.
band.
And as far as I'm aware, they gave
Good
them
band. I
they
love that
kicked
band.
them out and they gave them bus vouchers and were like, "This will take you as far as Rockford."
And they literally all came to Rockford, and
Went to
that's where.
fucking what was it? The schoolyard or whatever the fuck that
Yeah.
one's called. Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, anyway, shout out to our fucking fair
Rockford
city.
things.
Listen,
Rockford
man,
things.
it's got a charm all its own.
Everyone's
It just-
welcome.
It's it's the girl you marry, not the girl you sleep with.
No, it's the girl you stay away from.
No, she's just not that pretty, but she's got a lot of good qualities. She's got a couple demons. It's all good.
Needs a lot of therapy.
It's that girl
Little
that you can
therapy.
stick around with for a little bit. but
Well, she'll
she's not
fucking
your-
have your back too, motherfuckers. How about you get off? I know you're Chicago coming from ass. Fuck you.
Hey, like I say,
Go back home, bitch.
I love
Chicago.
Rockford, but I will also
Whatever,
shit
yeah.
on Rockford, but I will defend it from anyone outside
Goddamn
of Rockford.
right.
who
Goddamn
shits on
right.
Rockford.
And we got
Goddamn
dumb.
This
right.
place is a shithole, but it's our shithole.
That's right. That's our
Black Count as
shithole.
the outsider.
yes.
All right, boys. I think that about does it for this week.
All right,
But
guys.
Thanks,
I
everybody.
Just want to say real quick, we do have a Patreon that's going to be officially up now.
Hell yeah.
So go check that out if you want to
And,
support us, so we
all
can
the
keep getting better.
all the episodes are going to be up on Spotify and Apple Podcasts here very shortly. I think possibly Stitcher as well. I'll have to look into it, but basically all the
website will be
audio will be
updated, all that
all the
stuff,
audio is
yeah.
going to be available.
We're
so I mean, you guys can
expanding.
listen to it at work and stuff like that, and you don't have to have YouTube Premium
Also,
like a bunch of fucking pores.
Stay tuned for like some merch coming soon. No
Yes.
dates yet, but we're gonna get some T-shirts made.
Maybe
We
some
are
stickers.
working on it. We're working on
Stickers
it.
will be
Also,
probably
if any any of
there.
you that are listening are artists, we're very interested in working on
Yeah,
our
hit us
logo and
up,
having different,
please.
various different kinds of logos. We'd love to work with you
Same
guys
with
on something.
guesting too. If you guys have something to talk about and you guys want to get on,
That's
hit me
another
up.
one. Yeah,
Message,
please hit us up.
Message
Support
me.
us. What is it?
Alex Amani on
Okay, there you go.
Facebook, whatever. You can message me on
Yeah.
there. It's probably the best place to.
You can
reach out.
literally hit up.
Any of us if you're
Any of us.
interested.
Any of us
Yeah.
on Facebook. We're available. All right. Well,
Thanks, guys,
Thanks,
so much.
everybody.
Until next time, everybody.
See you next
guys.
week.
Bye.
I'll be out 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I'm coming home.
I'll give you a copy of this, don't worry.
You're a star. I'll take all your details.
You're under arrest. You're under arrest.
This has got to be a first, isn't it? I filmed him doing all the instruction. I'm the one who filmed it in.
If I don't bang you up, my family's going to bang you up.
I think we finished. Sweet.